What's up, guys? We're the Vimata brothers. I'm Daydreamer. This is Satirius.
How goes it?
So the other day, Satirius came across this video on Brett Cooper's channel, guest hosted by her producer?
Yeah, Reagan. This was the video that she shared.
America versus Russia, asking men if they would provide for their woman.
Well, it just depends, you know. Number one, why would I? But what is she doing?
It depends, but why?
You know, it's kind of like each relationship now is a 50-50.
То, наверное, да. Вот, потому что все-таки я беру ответственность за человека.
Nah, she has to provide for herself.
Nah.
Just flat out says no.
Семья — это дети, и, конечно, в идеале, чтобы она уделяла 100% времени воспитанию.
Guy's a stud.
Well, I mean, I would want it to be 50-50. That's the current situation I have. Right?
Если ей не хочется работать, если ей не хочется самореализовываться, ей приятно находиться на моем содержании, почему нет, я могу себе это позволить.
Oh my god, he looks scary.
I would probably inspire her to work, just so I can see that there is some motive going in her future.
Жизнь, как бы, моя жизненная ситуация устраивает.
No offense, but the way that one guy... No, never mind.
Должна другие функции выполнять, а мужчина на своем месте всегда.
Well, that last guy looks like he's...
Straight up mafia,
like
dude.
legit KGB.
For these guys are tough. Hey, but they know to take care of their women, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we have some thoughts, obviously.
Yes, of course.
I don't know where the phrase of it has to be 50-50 come from. I'm really interested to see, like, is that just like culture, like that's always been said, or what?
Yeah, well, okay, I've heard that, but I guess the way that they're making it sound is monetarily.
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Yeah, I when I hear 50-50, I mean, I hear effort.
That's
But
what,
at least
yeah,
that's what I've been told.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, like, because
Yeah.
they seem like it's monetarily 50-50. I'm just like, where does that come from? Where does the monetarily 50-50 come from?
Well, and that's what I'm thinking is the recent thing with the whole boss babe thing and, you know, corporate ladder and all that stuff. Here's our issue with this, or issues, comments at least, right?
Mhm.
First off, you can obviously tell that the American men, and I'm going to say boys, and quite feminine, honestly, the ones that were selected versus the Russian men, I'm going to straight up say it. Oh, no shame. They seem cherry picked.
I pointed out like that all the Russian men that they picked to talk to were more fit, and like there's nothing against the American man. Like, I'm not the fittest guy myself, but like why is that? Like, look.
I'm
hold on. I gotta show.
all right, let's see this.
Look. And again, this is no offense to the guys. I'm just saying, look at all the Americans. Look, no offense. He's a little chubbier.
Okay.
And that's the first guy.
Did you hear how he was speaking? But continue.
This is the first guy that they show, like, that's a Russian. I'm just like, dude, this guy looks like a runner, like he runs or something. And
Athletic.
This is the second American guy. Again, no offense.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the freaking second, like, Russian guy. What?
Yeah.
Like, what?
What a comparison.
Why would you, like? And then again, this one, no
He's
offense.
older.
Like, he's older.
him
Like,
that.
yeah, he's got a gut. Maybe he was fit when he was little or younger. But and look at this guy. This guy looks like he's like 3 weeks away from like a solid 6-pack.
Putin sends his regards. That's horrible Russian accent, but that's the kind of guy that I see.
And then no offense with this guy, but the way he talks, the way he's like,
That too.
and like the way he's like,
Yeah.
and what a stud.
Maybe the lesser of the studs, but
Sure. And look
he
at
looked
this
like he came
guy.
straight
He's
from the
just like a
90s. Man, this
freaking
guy's a beast. That guy's terrifying.
yeah.
Look at that tattoo. You just know his whole like torso's full of them. All I'm saying is that it seemed like they cherry picked the men on the American side versus the Russian side. I'm just saying women. Not all men are like these guys.
All of them.
It wasn't a good representation. All I'm saying of the men.
I just want to see their selection process. I want to know if these were the first men that they picked and why did they
fair.
pick them? You know,
Fair.
that's all I want to know. Well, the first guy seemed the most kind of reasonable because he did say why and all this other stuff, but he said it depends on what she's doing. So I
Right.
wonder if I give that first guy the scenario of, okay, what if this is a woman who wants to stay home and take care of the children, take care of the house, and maybe like do like a side thing on the side.
Mhm.
Like, is that woman worth taking care of completely? And if he says no to that, then he's lost and I don't know what else to do. But I would hope that he would say, yeah, okay, that sounds good.
Ideally, in my mind, I would love to provide for my family, and it is my desire and goal to provide for my wife and my family 100%.
Right.
I'm the provider, the protector, the preserver. That is who I am. That is the role that I will be taking on. I hope to find a woman who agrees with that concept, right? I'm not going to force any woman into that.
It's because
However,
yeah, go ahead.
wait, well, I do think the question the first guy asks is, what is she doing while I'm working? Well,
Right.
my hope is that ideally she's at home taking care of the kids, taking care of the house, a homemaker, if you will. And then within that time that she has, because that's not going to take all day, right? Especially if the kids are in school.
Sure.
She's focusing on her hobbies. And if she wants to work, she can. I'm not going to stop her from doing that. But the things that she wants to do that she enjoys, right? My money's her money too. That's just how it's going to work.
Yeah.
It's our money. That's just, and you have every right to do what you want with that.
That's the primary thing where it's like they don't have to work. The ideal thing is I'd want to make sure that they can do whatever they want to do. That's the end goal. I don't think that sounds bad. I don't think that I don't see.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
That's our goal as men.
Yeah.
I do think those first primary things need to be taken care of though, right?
Which ones?
That's where that 50-50 comes in, is that if we decide to start a family together, the primary thing is to take care of the family. And then we then entertain our hobbies.
Oh yeah, that'd be the deal.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If our hobbies end up being the way we, support our family, then sure, that's even better. But it'll be, we got to focus on the family first, and then we go and entertain the things that are fun.
Sure. I saw this video of these women telling other women how they want to climb the corporate ladder and they want to also make a lot of money and go into work. And I'm like, do you know how much that sucks? Do you know how much that sucks to work in an office and climb the corporate ladder? You got to kiss butt to certain people. You got to hold your pride sometimes, your ego, and you got to hold your tongue. That sucks. Why would you want that? Why would you promote that to anybody? Sorry, I'm getting emotional.
I get what you're saying because I'm in that moment right now. And it's no offense to my work currently, right? But I'm in a position where I'm due for a promotion, right? It's the next level.
Oh, nice.
Or I think I'm due for a promotion. They have this checklist things. I check off every box and more, right? And so now I got to petition myself and compete against all my other coworkers for a promotion that's only limited to a handful of folks because of budget, right?
Yeah.
So despite my efforts and how hard I'm working, there is a possibility that I may not get that promotion next year.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with that idea and understand that I'm just going to have to keep working hard until I get that promotion. That is how these things work. You sit in an office for 8 to 12 hours a day. You're getting back pains from sitting in that stupid chair, for minimal pay. You got to ask yourself, is this really worth it long term?
What would you rather be doing?
What would you rather be doing, right?
Exactly.
It is not. I am sort of complaining about it, but also I understand the work that I'm willing to put forth, so you don't have to. And I'm talking to you, Future Wifey. I'll put in that work, and it'll provide for the both of us. So you don't have to bear that burden. I don't want you to bear that burden,
right?
Because it sucks. Yeah. But with that said, the 9 to 5 is not a forever thing. That is not our goal here.
Exactly.
Right?
And at the end of your life, when you're on your deathbed, you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm so glad I worked all those hours at that job working for somebody else who doesn't actually care about me and never gave me a promotion that I actually think I deserve.
Right. And at the end of the day, these companies just see us as replaceables. We're just cogs in the whole system. It's nothing. We're not special.
I think you'll be much more happy though, looking around the room on your deathbed and being like, oh, look at all these people that
legacy.
Look at my legacy here that I'm leaving. Look at everything I've actually built, actually done.
Bet you your boss is not going to be there unless you're going to get a personal boss.
I 100% can almost guarantee your boss will not be there.
Well, anyways, gentlemen, would you provide for your wife or your woman?
No.
And ladies,
wife.
No.
Woman is different because girlfriend is different. Girlfriend is different.
You're right. Men, not the ones in these videos. They do not represent us, but the men. Would you provide for your wife?
I also think it's sad for the men in this video. I think they're just lost. I can empathize with them because I was like,
stop it. They need tough love.
I was them when I was also growing up. I understand
and you
where they're
got tough
coming
love.
from. Yeah, I did get
from
tough
yourself.
love and I grew up and yeah, sure. But although some of those guys were kind of old.
I'm not gonna coddle these dudes. I don't see a point in coddling them in this. The women's response in this video were like, they're gonna go to Russia now. If you look at the comments, they're like,
really?
oh, where do I find these
that.
Russian men? Yeah, pull it up.
This one says 50-50. I give birth to one child, he'll birth one for me too. They say 50-50, then do nothing. It sounds like she had some bad experience with some guys.
Yeah.
If I'm paying 50-50, that means he's my roomie.
He's a roomie.
Yeah.
The Russian men who have been interviewed seem to actually like or love women.
You know what we gotta do now? Now we gotta go out in public and ask people and see if these guys cherry picked the data, which we're almost sure they did, or if this is actually who men are in America, which would suck.
If that's the case, that's even worse.
I just want to see all the people is this all the people he asked? Did he put everybody in the video that he asked? Or
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. That's what I'm saying. I hope
A
so.
good sample size
but
in science is 30 people or
my
30
faith
subjects.
in men makes me want to doubt it, though.
I'm thinking about the men that I've encountered within recent days, and it's kind of it's kind of split down the middle.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I think, is just fear of saying what they actually believe. Not so
No,
much.
okay, I disagree on that. I think a lot of it is what they've been fed to believe. They actually believe. Like they didn't stop to think about it for themselves.
Okay, maybe I'm giving too much credit, and they're just
I think they genuinely haven't thought about it, and I think that they've been fed something else, and that's what they're going with. Traumatized men versus traditional men. Again, I don't know if it's trauma. I just think they were fed something and they believe it.
Here's where I think what we just said may come back and bite us in the butt, right?
Okay, sure.
I'm not trying to take away from the type of work it takes to take care of your family, the home, the children, right? That involves a lot.
It's very hard,
Right?
yes.
And I do think that the women here may get mad and think, oh, well, you're just going to go to work, come home, sit on the TV, or you expect to have food. And I spent all day slaving, making sure that the home stays put together, right? And I've heard that a couple times. And I think that might be some place where they're like, well, this is why we don't want this. Where's the 50-50 here, right? You're not coming home. You're not changing the diapers. You're not taking the kids to school. You're not handling their aggressions. You're not the one cooking and cleaning and blah, blah, blah kind of deal. The thing is, like, and you and I may have different opinions on this. Like, I'm not going to come home and just not be part of the family, right? It's not like I am the king of this household and you're all slave to me and you do as I say because I make the money. That's not the case that we're trying to argue here either, right? It's I'm going to come home and contribute to my family the best way that I can.
Again, it really depends on what your job is, there's so much nuance to everything. Because if you're working construction 12 hours a day, yes, I think it's okay for on the days that you work, you come home, you sit down, you watch the TV, you have a meal, and you go to bed, and that's fine. Maybe you say goodnight to the kids, and that's it. But because you worked 12, you know how hard construction is, working 12 hours a day, like that's
sure.
rough. You know, so that I understand. But the days that you have off, maybe make more of an effort to obviously hang out with your family, and also maybe that shouldn't be your end goal in your life, your entire life, where it's like imagine if you had a wife that understands, like, okay, I'm gonna work construction for a couple of years, this is how it's gonna be, and then we're gonna save up enough money to build a business or do whatever, but for a year or two, this is the life that's gonna happen. And once we get past that, it's a year or two of suffering, and then for a lifetime of like happiness. That sounds cheesy, but that's what.
Sure.
You get what I mean? So there's a lot of nuance to it. Yeah, sure. If for 10, 15, 20 years that was your entire life, you come home, you watch the TV, you eat some meals, and you go to bed, like, yeah, sure, maybe that would suck for the woman too. But that shouldn't necessarily, in my opinion, be the end goal either.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to choose construction to be your life, knowing the effort and the toll it takes on you mentally and physically, probably more so physically, you got to be able to deal with what's going on at home too. Then, if that's the life you're going to put out there for yourself, right?
Sure.
At some point, I'm not going to allow you to make an excuse anymore. You chose to be in these conditions, and you chose to have a family.
Sure.
So therefore, you got to make it work.
Sure, but ideally, it would be like, okay, a short-term thing. Like, okay, you're working construction for 2, 3, 4 years, save up some money, and go do something else. That's my ideal. Because yes, you're right. At that point, you can't really give attention to your family if you're just always tired. Okay, that kind of sucks for your family too. If they only ever see dad for like an hour after work, and he's like super tired.
Right. Anyways, gentlemen, would you provide for your wife? And ladies, what do you expect from your men?
Also, why would you want to work?
Is that a question for both of us, men and women? I don't know, dude. You gotta eat. I need to wear clothes.
Okay, sure, if you need to, but I don't think anybody actually wants to.
Oh, absolutely not, dude.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Not in the traditional sense, at least, right? Which is the 9 to 5 making the dollar for somebody else. It's just not worth it, my dudes and dudettes. It's not. Anywho's, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye.
See you in the next one.